Let's go. Welcome to the next episode of Game of Thrones. Where we last left off, we were taking over the role of Mira, and we have to go see Cersei, who's the boss in charge of everything, kind of, but she gets stuff done. And she's probably going to troll us. She's probably going to anger us, but we got to play it cool per our instructions. Let's see how that goes. She's extremely nice to look at. I don't know about the digital version, but in real life, she's a very pretty individual. In my opinion.
You can do this.
Not that that matters, but it kind of does. Oh, and she's not alone. Let's go. Oh, that's awesome. Should we? I'm gonna check the codex real quick, see if if I can give you guys an official backstory on any of these, unless it's just all House Forrester. Is it all House Forrester? Yeah. Okay. All right. So the other individual you see up there is Tyrion. It is Cersei's brother, who's a whole nother story. He's a legend.
Ah, Lady Marjorie, aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Okay, real quick, I have to give you a quick backstory on Tyrion. So Tyrion is the brother of Cersei and the uncle of the king. He gets dumped on by his family all the time, but he's really smart. And throughout the course of the show, he becomes a very likable character, although he does have he's a very shrewd individual. But he understands his role, and I think out of everyone, he's the smartest of the crew.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
There she is. The
With
legend.
your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Kneel before her.
Your Grace.
Show some respect. That's what she needs.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
That's got to be her voice.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Yeah, that's her voice. It has to be.
Is your family loyal to the king?
Yes.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
We serve
Joffrey
king.
is the one true king, Your Grace.
That's her son, aka the real king.
And yet, for centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
I agree, your grace.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. I take it this is the kind of loyalty the king can expect from you. If you have any loyalty.
She's
at
good.
all.
She's getting us right now.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes. He is a new ward.
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
I should have been silent on that one
The
before.
girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies.
Whatever Joffrey wants.
I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, your grace.
Yes, Your Grace.
Is she pleased?
It would be
We
a
just want to
shame
please
see it
her.
fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, anything.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Cersei will remember that. She's going to ask us
I
for
see.
something.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
That's got to be his voice, too. That's classic.
Raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms.
Okay, real quick. So, Marjorie was married to their old opponent, and then he died. And so essentially she's calling her out for saying, hey, look, sometimes you're on the wrong side of the war, but we can forgive you. Or she's doing an underhand jab. Other thing, and if you watch Game of Thrones, I apologize, but if you don't, that chair right there, that's where the king sits.
Can we fault
awesome.
her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her.
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
You avoided the
Aren't
question.
you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Sir, she's tough,
Loyalty can
man.
be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves,
Calling her out.
pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts?
God, she
You are a girl
just
from
stirs
the
it
north
up.
here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Stand up for the king.
I'm sure she
Let the
would.
girl answer the question.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
That's what she told us to say.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities
She told
straight.
Marjorie told us to say that.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
Come on. I'm trying to get her on her side.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I think we failed
Of
that.
course, Your Grace.
She got... I'll admit, Cersei got the better of us in that one. Come on, Tyrion, say something to us.
I'll walk you out.
Thank you, kind sir.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
My-
These would be trying times for your family.
My family
even
is
under
in
the best of
danger.
Circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord.
We have to get him
My
on our
family
side.
fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the north.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased.
What would you have done?
It was quite the first impression. I, of course,
We're
found
not
it
gonna
all
say
highly
anything.
entertaining. No doubt Lady Marjorie will forgive you. Eventually. My sister and I have our differences.
What a legend.
She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house.
Whoa.
It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard.
What are you
Not
suggesting?
her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei.
Let's do it.
Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house.
We gotta make a
Willing
decision
to risk
here.
that?
Yes.
It may be far too dangerous.
Yes, we
In
can.
fact, forget
we
I
like
even
Tyrion.
suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you?
Risk the whole house for
consider.
Tyrion.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
Sansa, his wife, is his
3
wife.
beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
Hope we meet
The
again.
mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
I agree. He's my favorite character in the show, so we gotta try and link up there, forge something. But you also can't trust him. You can trust him as long as it serves his interests, which in this case is taking off his sister, which I'm okay with that.
Mira, I was worried.
Who are you?
How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
Went well.
It went well.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
What are you trying to say?
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding.
You?
Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
Tomato slices.
Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of
Whoa.
his. Sarah, what? It's true.
Okay, real quick. So Jamie is Cersei's brother, and she wants to...
And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
I don't know who that is yet.
I'm told he has a paramour.
He'll get us in
Which I
trouble.
doubt is Dornish for wife.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun.
Put the tomato slices back.
Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Keep your eyes on the prize.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
No.
He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I don't want to be queen.
Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners.
Sure.
You'd make a perfect scepter. Well, I would
Scepter's
marry
like
him.
a nun.
Imagine the power you would have as queen of the 7 kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Who are you? Get out of here.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Lady Tarth is like 7 feet tall.
Well? Sarah?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
Get out of here,
This is not
Sarah.
a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful.
They put the Lannister coin next to
The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
the high tower.
I'm just glad it's
Deal.
over.
Tyrell.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Get out of here.
Do you agree?
It matters only what you say. It's hard to please. Sarah's right.
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
That's right.
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to
I
your
don't trust
family.
Sarah. Get her out of here.
I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Help us. Ask her for help. For the family.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Get out of here.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak alone.
I prefer to speak with you
I
alone.
don't trust so many spies in King's Landing. Cersei's spy. Get out of here. It's good. She needs to remember that.
Go on.
All right. Well, we need to ask for something very important. Very, very important. In the next episode of Game of Thrones. Hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm probably nerding out more than usual for a series just because I love the show, love the books. And it's starting to get to a point where it's like extending beyond where my knowledge is. But I'm excited nonetheless. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, I encourage you to hit the like button. Hitting the like button help support the video, help support the channel, help support your face, help support our ability to make the right question to Lady Marjorie. I'll see you next time.